LSU is home to one of 46 new multi-million-dollar energy frontier research centers funded primarily by the U.S. Department of Energy Office of Basic Energy Sciences. This Center for Atomic Level Catalyst Design, CALC-D, brings together a team of 21 researchers from leading research universities with demonstrated expertise in computational catalysis, advanced materials synthesis and characterization, surface spectroscopy, and experimental testing. The center's mission is to build effective catalysts from first principles using computational catalysis and atomic-level synthesis to change the way energy is being produced and used.
Unlike the traditional academic project, we're not trying in our center to study a simple reaction on a catalyst surface. Instead, we're combining the expertise of computational theorists, surface scientists, and experimental experts to simulate, synthesize, and characterize atomically precise catalysts that are the key to carrying out reactions needed for our energy future. The potential for such technology is truly amazing. Energy independence using domestic natural gas, CO2 and solar-driven clean fuels, and directed conversion of methane to key chemical intermediates in a single step. We're working with our partners and the Department of Energy to make sure that this happens.
As global energy demand grows over this century, there's an urgent need to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and imported crude oil and curtail greenhouse gas emissions. Meeting this challenge will require significant scientific advances. The goal of LSU's center is to advance the emerging field of computational catalysis with experimental and spectroscopic methods to develop new materials that can help provide clean energy.
The experimental members of our team look at specific reactions of industrial and catalytic importance on catalytic surfaces. On the other hand, the computational investigators look at those same reactions computationally, looking at first principles theory to see how reactants are converted into products on specific surfaces. One of the challenges that we have is to synthesize surfaces that match those that can be modeled computationally.
By extending the current capabilities of three essential disciplines, namely computational catalysis, atomically precise synthesis, and characterization at the atomic scale, CALC-D will develop catalysts that achieve the highest possible activity and selectivity in energy conversion processes.
The objective of our work is to understand how different surfaces, environments, or charges affect the reaction. For example, the reduction of carbon dioxide on zinc oxide surfaces has changed significantly when you change the surface. So we work with a team of simulation experts, surface scientists, and experimentalists to understand how these surfaces and environments change the selectivity of different products.
What we do here is we make the catalyst and sorbents ourselves, we synthesize them, and then we also characterize them. That means studying their surface properties, what's on the surface, how the surface behaves, and then finally we test them on actual syngases in order to see whether they can remove the hydrogen sulfide and hydrogen chloride and whether they can destroy the tar molecules, which are heavy organic molecules which must be destroyed before these syngases can be used as fuels or chemicals.
And in this lab, we're looking at a variety of different kinds of systems involved with this EFRC project. Specifically, we're looking at the experimental probing of how reactions happen on the nanoscale involving both the electronic properties, the vibrational properties, and atomic properties of chemical systems.
This laboratory and the adjacent laboratories basically are focused on understanding the relationship between the properties at a surface and the structure. And that requires very sophisticated instrumentation. This instrument behind me is a homemade variable temperature STM that gives us atomic resolution. In the adjacent room, we do structural analysis with electron diffraction and dynamic vibrational modes with inelastic scattering.
CAM-D, Center for Advanced Microstructures and Devices, is one of the key capabilities available here. This in-house facility is somewhat unique to any university and provides the ability to look at a molecule atom by atom in a way that is otherwise not possible. The center also takes advantage of their synchrotron-based tools to characterize atomically precise catalysts. Time-resolved characterization can provide structural and chemical changes under reaction conditions. Thus, X-ray absorption spectroscopy is a very important tool in understanding the chemical nature of the catalysts. The Nanofabrication and Nanomaterials group at CAMD is using both traditional flask-based processes as well as lab-on-a-chip microfluidic devices to control the synthesis of catalysts with atomic precision.
Our synthesis efforts are primarily focusing on developing bottom-up chemical approaches in order to precisely bring atoms together to arrive at atomically precise catalysts for green energy processes.
Our center is combining the capabilities of computation, synthesis, and characterization in a way that would not take place if individual investigators were carrying out these activities on their own. Energy efficiency is a key part of our future, and I'm proud to be a part of this Energy Frontier Research Center.
As our society moves forward in the quest for advances in energy efficiency, the Energy Frontier Research Center on the LSU campus plays an integral role in moving our world forward.